A man already behind bars charged with murder, the latest in a Palmetto homicide investigation. Plus, a lot of activity in the tropics. We'll show you the 4 systems we're tracking. And 1 year after a Sarasota teen went missing, how his family is making sure no others have to experience a similar situation. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 11.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Taylor Torregano. Our top story tonight, new developments in an ongoing death investigation in Northport. Police now ruling the death a homicide. Around 7:30 this morning, police were called to Sawyer Circle near the Charlotte County line, where a body was found. That body has now been identified as 20-year-old Port Charlotte man Tyron Kennard. Police are now asking for your help finding Kennard's vehicle, a 2013 silver Chrysler 200. The 4-door sedan has a Florida tag. You can see the number on your screen. That's JMUK46. Anyone with information is asked to contact Northport Police immediately. Now to new developments in the murder of a man found dead on the side of a road in Palmetto. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies arresting Manrique Miller today at the county jail. He's been there since an unrelated arrest for assault last month. Deputies say Miller and a Bradenton man named Christopher Boston were having an ongoing feud over money for drugs. Boston was found dead off of Bishop Harbor Road exactly 1 month ago. A driver spotted Boston's legs sticking out from the grass and called for help. Friends and relatives of missing Sarasota teen Jabez Spann are still searching for answers. 1 year after his disappearance, they say they don't want any other families to go through the same experience. It's planning for the worst case scenario now that could help your family if an emergency hits. Here's ABC 7's Erica Jackson.
Parents and guardians are gathered here at Fred Atkins Park, learning how to protect their children from unexpected situations.
The community event is called Piecing the Puzzle. Bringing attention to Jabez Spann's disappearance, Sarasota police officers were on site with identification kits, so parents can provide hair samples and fingerprints to police if their child goes missing. Just feet away, a warning to all parents about sex trafficking by awareness group Selah Freedom. Event organizers say they want to bring attention to missing children around the country and hope families will advise their children on what they should do in an emergency.
Teach your children, stranger danger, don't just take that information, but use it.
Investigators have interviewed multiple people since Jabez went missing last year, but have yet to name a suspect or person of interest. Reporting in North Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thanks, Erica. Now let's go to Wendy Ross for a first check on our first alert weather.
And Taylor, we are looking at some quiet conditions right now along the Sun Coast. The rains have finally come to an end. We're still seeing some flooding situations over some areas, rivers, as a result of all the rains we've had over the last couple of days. But it is going to be a quiet night tonight with most of the showers well inland and continuing to move over towards the east coast. So our futurecast is showing that the rains that are going to be developing will be out here in the Gulf of Mexico. And during the morning hours, there's the possibility that they may start to move onshore, and then we're going to see the movement from the west coast over to the east coast. So a little bit of a change as far as our pattern is concerned. And right now it's 74 degrees. The winds are calm. The humidity is high. And of course, for the rest of tonight, we are going to continue to see partly cloudy skies for the overnight time period. And just a note, we are watching the tropics. It's gotten very busy very quickly, and we'll let you know who all the players are and what we're doing as we continue to watch the tropics. Taylor.
Thank you, Wendy. Deputies are asking for your help after a convenience store robbery overnight. It happened around 9:30 at the Walgreens on Market Street in Lakewood Ranch. Staff say they were ringing up a man when he suddenly snatched up cash from the open register and fled. Luckily, no one was injured, but anyone with information is asked to contact Manatee County Crime Stoppers. A Florida prosecutor is setting up a unit to look at possible wrongful convictions. This after State Attorney Aramis Ayala got into a legal fight with the governor for her refusal to seek the death penalty. Ayala said this week that the unit will review claims of innocence by individuals convicted of crimes in her circuit, which makes up most of Metro Orlando. Now to that fatal shooting in Dallas involving a police officer who shot and killed her neighbor. Police say the officer told them she entered the man's apartment, which is next to her own, mistaking the victim for an intruder. As ABC's Zachary Quiche reports, the victim's mother is now suggesting that her son might still be alive if he were white.
An off-duty Dallas police officer who shot and killed her neighbor in his apartment says she believes she was in her own home.
Very early on, I found inconsistencies, discrepancies in accounting and evidence.
Officials are not saying whether the door to the neighbor's apartment was unlocked when the officer entered or if the still unnamed officer and the victim knew each other. The Texas Rangers are now handling the investigation.
We have turned this investigation over to ensure total transparency.
26-year-old Botham John was a beloved youth pastor, and neighbors are in disbelief at the way he died.
He was just like a ray of sunshine. You couldn't see Botham and not have the biggest smile on your face.
Botham John was exactly the sort of citizen we want to have in the city of Dallas.
The victim's mother is demanding answers from the officer.
I want her to come clean, speak the truth. I forgive her, but she could never give me my son back.
Family, friends, and neighbors held a vigil Saturday afternoon at the church where John led worship songs every other Sunday. The officer is a 5-year veteran of the force. The police chief says her blood was drawn to test for drugs and alcohol, and the Texas Rangers have interviewed her. Zachary Quiche, ABC News, New York.
A trial date has been set for 2 defendants in the Ghost Ship fire. That's the Oakland, California warehouse where 36 people lost their lives when a fire broke out during a party. A judge threw out a plea agreement where the defendants would have gotten light prison sentences. Now their attorneys are doubling down, saying they are preparing for a massive trial.
We'll be going after the fire department. We'll be going after Child Protective Service. We'll be going after the sheriff. We'll be going after Oakland Police.
We want this to be the most painful trial that the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda have ever endured.
Both defendants are facing 36 involuntary manslaughter charges. Jury selection is set to begin in the case next April. For breaking news across the world and right here on the Suncoast, just download our app. You can find it in your app store under WWSB or My Suncoast. Florida legislators are making it official. They will not be complying with Governor Scott's push to give school districts an additional $58 million to hire more campus police. In late August, Scott asked that legislators move the money from the state's Guardian program. Under that Guardian program, school districts were eligible to receive money to train school staff to be armed guardians. But most districts have opted to hire school resource officers instead. Legislators set aside additional money for school resource officers and the Guardian program after the deadly shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. Now to a First Alert traffic reminder. 1 week from today, the Intracoastal Waterway will be closed. Police say any boats wanting to head north in the Intracoastal will need to go through the Stump Pass to the Gulf of Mexico. Any boats heading south will need to use the Venice Inlet. The closure is due to the first annual Battle of the Bridges Regatta. The event will be a 5,000-meter race under 3 bridges. Again, that event is next Saturday, September 15th. As we get closer to September 11th on Tuesday, today runners honored those who lost their lives by participating in a memorial run. The run started at the George Mullen Activity Center in Northport. Runners either took part in a 5K or a 10K race. We caught up with one woman, a volunteer firefighter, who showed her support by dressing in her uniform for the race.
It's tough. It's definitely tough and very, very hot. Really appreciate all the support out here. You know, everybody made us feel loved and supported, and really appreciate it.
Today's race is the first of several events the city of Northport is having leading up to its Patriots Day ceremony on September 11th. Still to come here on ABC 7, evacuations in effect as a California wildfire rages. A close-up look at the damage so far when we return. Plus, the new survey men will want to pay attention to in regards to their health.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
It's hard to see when you're outside at night. It's time for the Atomic Beam Sunblast, the new solar-powered light that's super bright. Atomic Beam Sunblast lets you add a light anywhere, and the atomic solar panels charge the built-in lithium-ion battery quickly. Then the 180-degree motion sensor turns on the light when you get near and automatically turns off when you disappear. Look, here's a best-selling outdoor solar light, and here's the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast. Get the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast for only $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double your order and get a second Sunblast, plus our best-selling Atomic Beam Flashlight. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 Atomic Beam Sunblasts and the Atomic Beam Flashlight. Call now.
Call 1-800-431-6640. That's 1-800-431-6640. Or visit mysunblast.com. So call 1-800-431-6640. Order now.
Being empowered starts with getting informed, looking closer. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. But many of us don't know there are different types of breast cancer with different characteristics. That was me. Learning about the specifics of my diagnosis gave me the confidence to make informed treatment decisions with my doctor. This meant everything to me and my family. So take another look. Ask another question. Learn more at notonetype.org.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
A battle is underway in Northern California tonight to put out huge wildfires and reopen a major highway. As ABC's Linda Lopez reports, this blaze the latest in a string of fires to sweep the state this year.
California gripped in its worst years of wildfires ever. More than 1.2 million acres destroyed so far. Walls of flames roaring through forests, up and down hillsides.
As it goes up the hill, it is getting quite heavy fuel.
Thousands of trees destroyed, some 70 feet tall. Exhausted firefighters battling 3 major fires in Northern California and attacking the infernos from the air. The Delta Fire jumping over Interstate 5 near the Oregon-California state line, forcing over 45 miles of highway to be closed. It's not just the danger of a fire front trapping people in cars and trucks.
Look at that side just caught on fire. We cannot stay right here. We gotta walk.
Burnt out trees falling onto the road also threaten motorists. The interstate, a major north-south thoroughfare, not expected to be reopened before Sunday morning at the earliest. Drivers now forced to take longer detours to get through. One hopeful sign, winds are dying down and the temperatures are getting lower, giving firefighters the opportunity to try and gain the upper hand on the fires this weekend. Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York.
A Missouri police officer is dead after his patrol car was swept away by flood waters. It happened Friday in Fair Grove, north of Springfield. The Greene County Sheriff's Department identified the victim as Deputy Aaron Paul Roberts. They say he had only worked for them for just over a year. Officials say Roberts' car was swept off the road and into the river after nearly 5 inches of rain fell in the area. Emergency workers found him deceased inside his patrol car about 200 feet from the road. Deputy Roberts left behind a wife and a child. Wendy joins us again with the first alert forecast. Wendy?
And we have a picture that one of our viewers sent in about all the lightning. Remember, we were talking about the lightning that was just so ever present out there. And here's a look from Ryan. This is the lightning mafia is what he's calling himself. And you can see that this was on Bird Key, and we had lightning all around tonight from Manatee County down through Sarasota County, and we had those showers that came on in during the evening hours, and finally by about 10 o'clock tonight it was all over. And so we are looking at fair skies across our viewing area right now, with all of the rain over the central part of the state moving off towards the east. And by morning we could start to see some showers forming out here in the Gulf of Mexico, moving onshore earlier in the day than we've had over the last couple of days. And that's because we're starting to see that wind shift taking place. And so the winds are going to be coming in out of the southwest, and that's going to help bring us earlier showers and then heavy rains developing over the central part of the state, moving off towards the east during the latter part of the day. So that's one of the things that we're going to be looking at. And then of course there's the tropics. Oh my goodness, it's like somebody poked the bear, because these things are now just popping up all over the place. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 systems out here in the Atlantic that we're watching right now. The one is a disturbance just around the Bermuda area, and then Florence. We've been talking about Florence for over a week now, and now we have Isaac, which became a tropical storm at around 5 o'clock today, and Helene is also a tropical storm. So we're going to start with Florence, because Florence is the one we've been tracking for the past week now, and you can see that all the models are bringing it right over here towards the Carolina coastline, and that should happen by the middle part of this upcoming week. Thursday, more than likely, is when that's going to happen. And then the other thing that we're seeing is the big surf that's going to be taking place along the east coast of the United States. And so that is going to be a concern as well, with rip currents and high tides there. And this is what the track is going to be. By Monday, this system is going to become a major hurricane once again, and then it's going to continue to move and strengthen across the Atlantic, and we could see winds of about 145 to 135 miles per hour as it approaches the coastline of the Carolinas. So definitely something that we're going to be paying attention to over the next couple of days. And in the meantime, we have Isaac, and Isaac is the storm that we need to be concerned with, because Isaac is the one that could have an impact on our weather. And what we're going to be seeing is that Isaac is this one right here, and we have Helene that's coming right off the coast of Africa, and not much of a concern for us at all. But Isaac is the one that is going to continue to push on towards the west, and Isaac has the opportunity of becoming a hurricane, and that could happen on Sunday. And so you'll notice that it's going to continue to move towards the west. This is the one that after next weekend could be moving into the Gulf of Mexico, pull up into the Gulf of Mexico, and maybe take on the same track that Gordon did just last week. So this is definitely one for us to be watching. And in the meantime, Helene looks as though it's going to be making more of a northerly curve towards the northern Atlantic, so it's not going to be an issue for us at all. But these are all the things that are going on right now out in the tropics. In the meantime, our temperatures have dropped down into the low 70s along the coastline. Many areas, as a result of the rain, seeing temperatures less than 75 degrees. And what we are looking at for tomorrow is those southwesterly winds, 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop, and 88 degrees for the daytime high, with an isolated thunderstorm earlier in the day. Now we're only calling for a 40% chance of rain. This will be for Sunday. We had a change up here because of the time, and what we're looking at is by Monday we're looking at a 30% chance of rain. After that, it's a 50% chance for the rest of the week, with those temperature highs near 90 degrees. Taylor?
Thank you, Wendy. In Health Smart, it's always better to get out in front of a health problem rather than play catch up once it's out of control. But as Erica Foreman reports, a new survey shows many men wait too long before they mention medical problems to their loved ones or even their doctors.
According to a new Cleveland Clinic survey, many men don't see the doctor as often as they should, despite encouragement from their spouse.
Over 80% of women want their spouse to get checked once a year. Over the age of 50, that's important. But almost a third of our men said that they were too healthy to need to get checked.
More than half of men surveyed prefer to keep health concerns to themselves. But at the very least, Dr. Berglund says men should have a relationship with a primary care physician who can help flag potential medical problems.
You don't necessarily need to see the doctor every year early in life. But there's simple things like just checking a family history, history of diet, seeing if there's anything that needs to be checked more regularly. But by the age of 50, it really is critical to be seeing a doctor on a regular basis.
According to the survey, men and their partners are more worried about heart disease than issues below the belt. But in some cases, the two may be connected. Dr. Berglund says important screenings include those for colon and prostate cancer. Blood pressure, cholesterol, and glucose should be checked as well. At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
Health officials say men should talk openly with their physicians about their health concerns, and it's important to remember that what may sound embarrassing to you is what they commonly talk about. In consumer news, as we wind down from the summer, you may find you aren't using your pool as often. That's why, to save you money, we talked to the owner of a local pool company. The 3 key points to remember: sanitation, filtration, and circulation. By maintaining and testing the chemicals in your pool weekly, you avoid a green pool. And by running your pool equipment regularly, you avoid expensive repairs.
Homeowners make a mistake a lot of times by focusing just on the chlorine level and the pH. There's really more to it. You've got to check your alkalinity. Also, monthly you need to check your water hardness levels as well as your stabilizer.
If you are deciding whether to get a saltwater or chlorine pool, keep this in mind. Though saltwater will save you money on the purchase of chemicals, the system needs to be replaced more frequently, roughly every 3 years. You're winning lotto numbers straight ahead. Stay with us.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do.
Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000.
Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Universal Orlando Resort says it won't be hosting its annual celebration of all things Harry Potter next year. But not to worry, Muggles. It's only because the Florida Theme Park Resort is planning a new thrill ride and other experiences at one of the 2 Harry Potter sections at its parks. Staff announced yesterday that the construction of these new additions prevents them from hosting the celebration in 2019. The event usually features actors from the Harry Potter movies for Q&A sessions, costume contests, and even lessons on wand dueling.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
That
just sounds like a great way to spend a weekend. And we are going to be seeing a little bit of rain, possibly earlier in the day tomorrow. So the afternoon hours will get those showers east of I-75, moving over to the east coast of Florida. And they're not going to be coming over to the west coast. So a little bit of a change of our pattern. But it's still going to be hot, and we are going to continue to watch the tropics.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
It's hard to see when you're outside at night. It's time for the Atomic Beam Sunblast, the new solar-powered light that's super bright. Atomic Beam Sunblast lets you add a light anywhere, and the atomic solar panels charge the built-in lithium-ion battery quickly. Then the 180-degree motion sensor turns on the light when you get near and automatically turns off when you disappear. Look, here's a best-selling outdoor solar light, and here's the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast. Get the super bright Atomic Beam Sunblast for only $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double your order and get a second Sunblast, plus our best-selling Atomic Beam flashlight. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 Atomic Beam Sunblasts and the Atomic Beam flashlight. Call now.
Call 1-800-431-6640. That's 1-800-431-6640. Or visit mysunblast.com. So call 1-800-431-6640. Order now.